afternoon, everybody. It is a very rainy Thursday, July 9th here in Buckingham, but we're sure not going to complain because, I've reached that age where I'm old enough to say we need the rain. For dinner tonight in Mom Khan's house, we are going to be having something that is humbly called the best damn oven roasted pork loin. And let me tell you what, they're really right. The first time I tried this, I was like, I probably won't ever use another recipe for that. So we're gonna have that, and we're gonna have that with roasted potatoes. And then I am going to saute some spinach in some olive oil and butter on the stovetop, throw in some bacon bits with that. I'll probably shred a little bit of parm on top of that just to make it fun. And have that with a tossed salad, and that's what's for dinner. So let's get to it. So we'll get down here, bring this over, and let's take a look at what we have. Okay, so in the baking pan, I already have the potatoes, and I quartered those up, and then I actually decided to season them with the exact same seasoning that I'm going to use on the pork. I thought it would, kind of marry together pretty well. Okay, so the pork, this is actually a tenderloin. You can see by the two pieces. I've dried it off. Now what I'm going to do is that I'm going to put a tablespoon of Worcestershire sauce on it. So I'm probably going to go half on this side, and we're going to just pour this over the pork and kind of massage that in. Okay, and then we're going to flip it over and go another half. Ooh, well, that was a little more than half. Try to get that back in there. If it's not messy, you're not cooking. That's what I always say. Okay, so we've got this kind of rubbed in here. Kind of roll that around in it. Okay. So now what I have in this bowl is the seasoning. And what this is a teaspoon of paprika, a teaspoon of onion powder, a teaspoon of garlic powder, a teaspoon of rosemary that you've dried and crushed, and a teaspoon of black pepper. So we are going to sprinkle this all over this pork roast and get it rubbed in. Want it all over the whole thing. So we're going to flip it over. We're going to get more on here. And since this is a tenderloin, of course, it's coming in like 2 pieces. So we'll be able to really get this all over this pork. And I'm telling you, this seasoning just makes this pork roast so yummy. Okay, so now that we have that rubbed in real good, I'm gonna kind of roll it around here on my cutting sheet so I can, if there's some extra, I want to get that on. I don't want to lose any of the seasoning, you know what I'm saying? Okay, so all I'm gonna do is, to save space, I'm just gonna cook that in the exact same baking sheet. So that is going to go into our oven. I have the oven heated up right now to 425. It'll go into the oven for 15 minutes at 425. Then I will turn it down to, let me just check, 375. You do another 45 minutes or until the internal temperature in your pork is at least 145 degrees Fahrenheit, because we want it to be cooked all the way through. So that's what's for dinner tonight here in Buckingham. We'll have this along with, I'm going to saute some asparagus spears in some butter and olive oil, probably put some bacon bits on top of it, maybe some shaved parm on top of that, just give it a little oomph, and a tossed salad. And that's what's for dinner. We'll have some rolls, because Grandpa Khan really likes his rolls, so it's all good. That's what's for dinner. I hope you're having a great day. Thanks for joining me again today. Please make sure you like, share the video if you're on TikTok or YouTube, because I am over there also. I'll talk to you again tomorrow, because tomorrow is going to be cheese steak stuffed green peppers, so you don't want to miss that one. I'll see you tomorrow. Bye.